Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our sponsored display ads webinar. I'm Melanie and I've got Ijaz with me. We'll be taking you through sponsored display ads, why to use them, and how they work. We'll just give it another minute or so just to see if we have any more registrants join us. Okay, so let's get started. So you've all been very used to using sponsored product ads, which is very much geared towards conversion. Sponsored product ads are ads that are displayed on the Takealot platform. When a customer does a search, it appears alongside any organic listings that may already appear on Takealot, and that is charged to you as a cost per click model. Sponsored display ads is a very different type of tool. Also, advertising tool that you've seen on your platform under the awareness tab. This is very much geared towards awareness, and Ijaz will take you through all of that, how to set it up, where it's actually displayed on the site. But this one works a little differently when you get charged. This one is based on a cost per mil, which is cost per 1,000 impressions. So for every 1,000 times that the ads appear, you'll pay a particular amount that you've set in your campaign settings section. So why the need for actually using sponsored display? Sponsored display helps you to enhance your visibility and reach on the Takealot platform. Here you'll find that you can do ads on the homepage, or sorry, not on the homepage, on search, as well as product detail pages. We've got a managed services section where you can also do sponsored display ads on homepage, but those you'd need to brief in with your account manager. The nice thing about this is when a customer searches for your products and clicks on your products and doesn't buy those products, you can actually set up a targeted sponsored display ad campaign where you can retarget somebody who's not made the purchase but is engaged with your products. There's also a nice element to audience targeting where you can control your spend this way by targeting a particular type of segment on Takealot. It could be by age band, it could be by income bracket. So you have the ability to do so, especially if you've got a premium product that you know maybe a student wouldn't buy. You can actually target somebody with a bigger income bracket. This one is very important when you want to drive the awareness for your brand or potentially a new product that you're launching, because you essentially want to get as many people seeing this as possible. You know, a customer might not interact with it now, they might not purchase it now, but they're constantly seeing the banners for this ad or product type, and therefore when they need to make the purchase, they'll remember your brand. There are a lot of cross-selling opportunities in this as well, because customers could be familiar with your brand or that product and at a later stage have a look at what else you sell and look for a complementary product as well. And with this one, there are, fairly low barriers to entry. You would use your keywords for a number of these in order to target the particular products. You could even target your competitors' as keywords. But yeah, Ijaz will take you through all of that, so I'll hand over to him now.
Thank you, Melanie. So my name is Ijaz, and today I'm going to be taking you through how to create sponsored display ad campaigns, and also giving you some tips in terms of the best way to set them up and what the different features of sponsored display ads is to get the most out of your sponsored display ad campaigns. So firstly, make sure you are on the awareness tab. That gives you the sponsored display ads functionality. And in terms of the metrics that we show for sponsored display ads, the functionality is very similar to sponsored product ads, where you have the top bar over here giving you your overall metrics of your sponsored display ad campaign performance at a overall level. And then obviously you have all your campaigns down here giving you the metrics of all your different campaigns. As Melanie mentioned, it is a cost per 1,000 impressions cost structure. So your spend will be based on the number of impressions your ad gets. So before we launched sponsored display ads, we did have display ad inventory on our site. However, we could only provide metrics on impressions and clicks. But with sponsored display ads, you can see we have full funnel attribution, so you can actually see who has clicked on your banner, who has viewed on your banner, who has viewed the banner, the actual ad revenue generated from it, and the products that are linked to your banner, who has viewed those products, and finally also the orders generated from those banners or display ads. So the next part I'm going to show you is how to actually create a campaign. You'll see we have the auction and the guaranteed campaign types. Now, for self-service advertising on sponsored display ads, we only have auction campaigns that are available on self-service. Guaranteed campaigns are solely at the moment available for homepage campaigns, which are currently for managed service campaigns only. So like Melanie said, if you do want to utilize those campaigns, you'll have to contact your account manager and set those up through them. Cool. So similarly to sponsored product ads, you just select the create new campaign. You'll notice here that we have the option to select auction guaranteed campaigns. Like I said, for your use, you would only use auction campaigns, so we'll leave it as that. Then you say next. One of the major differences between sponsored display ads and sponsored product ads is that with sponsored product ads, your campaign is set up based on the products that you are actually selecting to be put into the campaign rather. Whereas with sponsored display ads, you actually choose which page you want to set your campaign up on, and the inventory that's on that page you can select to show the different banners that you would like to advertise on. So that's the major difference there. So today I'm going to take you through the search listings page as well as the product details page. Just to note again that the category page and the home page is for the managed service product offering. So here it gives you a detail of the number of inventories and targeting options that we have on both the search and the product details page. So currently we only have one inventory type, which is the top of search listings. So that's a banner or a single product ad on the top of search listings. You'll see here that it's also a minimum CPM bid of 100 Rand. So what that means is that you will be charged a minimum of 100 Rand per 1,000 impressions of your ad. So that also sponsored display ads also works on an auction basis, just like sponsored product ads. So obviously the higher your bid, the higher your chance of actually winning the auction and getting your ad displayed. So the minimum is just there to sort of set a floor, but you can bid higher than that if you would like, if you see that you aren't getting impressions or the performance that you would like on a specific campaign. So I'm just going to select the inventory type and then select next. Then you have your targeting options. And this is where sponsored display ads becomes quite powerful, in the sense that we have much more personalized targeting offerings available. I'm going to start off with keyword targeting, because this is the mandatory option for the search banner. So you have to input a keyword. That keyword actually matches to the search term the customer is searching for, and that's how we actually know where to show your ad. Similar to sponsored product ads on search. However, it is different to the keyword selection that you actually do on sponsored product ads. So this is just plain keyword selection, whereas on sponsored product ads, it's actually keyword bidding. So when you input a keyword on sponsored product ads, you can actually select a bid for that specific keyword. However, with sponsored display ads, you're not setting a bid with your keyword. You're actually just creating the audience that you want to target, or the search queries that customers are searching for. You want to target those specific keywords. So there's no bidding involved in this section. So you don't have to put in any phrase match or exact match or broad match terms. You'll simply just put in the keyword itself. So I'm just going to say, for the purposes of this webinar, I'm just going to say test and add, and then your keyword is added. All keywords do match on a phrase match. And then I'm going to select save. And then you have, obviously, you have the ability to pause a keyword and add new keywords. You can add up to 100 keywords for a specific campaign. And then once your keyword is added, you'll see that there is one active over here and it's configured. Now you can actually save and go to the next step if you would like to go to the next step. But I'm just going to take you through the other targeting options that we do have available on sponsored display ads. So I'm just going to start on the top with audience targeting. So audience targeting is a relatively new targeting option that we've made available with sponsored display ads. The first screen that you see here is actually just giving you a view of the audiences that you create. So because this is a new campaign, we haven't yet created any audiences. So I'm going to select the create new audience. And on this screen, you'll see that you can create two types of audiences, one by attribute and one by user activity. So starting off with the by attribute audience creation, this is basically being able to target customers based on their demographics or their attributes. So here you can have a number of different options that you can target by. So we have persona segment name, location, income band, gender, payment method, bank name, and age band. So persona segment, this is basically different types of LSM groups that we have grouped our customers into. So for example, heavy hitters would be your high income earners. The mass market is sort of a broad audience. Humble elders are sort of the more elderly customers. Middle class workers is quite self-explanatory. You have mothers of the nation and hustling males. We do have a detailed descriptions of these persona segments. So if you do want to utilize these segments, you can reach out to your account manager, and we can provide you a detailed view of these customer segments, as well as where your customers, which segment your customers fall into. So we do have that data available. So for the purposes of this campaign, I'm just going to select heavy eaters. And you'll notice that this reach bar here starts sort of calculating the reach of the audience. So too narrow, obviously, that's in the red over here. If your audience is too narrow, that means that you're not going to get enough reach. Your audience is probably too small, and your campaign is probably not going to spend enough or at all. So you want to make sure that your audience reach is at least in the green, to ensure that your campaign surfaces to at least a decent sized audience. You can also select another segment type. So let's just do age band, for example. Say, for example, your customers are in the age band 27 to 29. You can select your age band as well, and then the reach calculator then does another reach. Now you can see it's too narrow. So there's probably not a lot of heavy eaters customers in the age band of 27 to 29. So this audience here is probably not a good one to go with. Maybe if you just remove the heavy eaters and select a age band category only. So this is also still a bit too narrow. So maybe if you want to add another age band to it, and you can see the reach sort of increases as you add in more attributes to increase your audience. So you can select all these different attribute types and build your audience based on those audiences. What this gives you is a more personalized ad if you know who your customers are and what attributes they have. You can target them specifically. What this helps is it helps you to sort of control your spend more, because now you're not showing your banner, your ad to the whole Takealot customer base. You are segmenting it to a specific audience. So obviously you're going to have less impressions. And because this is a impression-based, cost per impression-based product, you are obviously going to spend less. So when there is sort of, like, for example, Black Friday, where there's a mass amount of customers on site, your spend is probably going to run out really fast on a display ad, because you're going to get lots of impressions on it. But if you want to get really targeted on a specific audience group, you can use audience targeting to make sure that the right customers are seeing your ad, or the most relevant customers are seeing your ad. And that's where audience targeting becomes quite powerful. So I'm just going to select save here, and then it will create an audience for me. You can see the audience is now created. I'm then going to take you through what user activity targeting is. So you can create multiple audiences for the same campaign. So you can have a campaign by attribute and by user targeting, or you can just have one by attribute or one by user activity targeting. The preference is yours. There is an auto-populated audience name, and you can edit that if you'd like to. The same applies to the attribute targeting. So I'm just going to say test. In terms of what this all means, product category, brand, and price. So essentially, what user activity targeting is, it's basically remarketing to a customer. At a holistic view, that's essentially what it is. You're targeting customers based on the activities that they have performed on site in the past. So attribute targeting, that was basically just targeting customers based on who they are, but user activity targeting is targeting customers based on the activity on the site or on the app. So I'm just going to populate this. For example, I'm going to use a category called, so what you can do is it brings you down a drop down with all the categories. So I'm just going to select home and kitchen. If you have a product that's in the home and kitchen category, for homeware, you can select that category. Brand, I'm going to leave it blank. And in a price range of, say, 2,000 to unlimited, so a minimum price of 2,000. So you can see that the reach is too narrow for this current selection. But just for the example purposes, I'm going to carry on. Then you have the option of selecting the type of activity that the user has performed. So customers or users who have viewed products, added products to cart, or purchased products. So I'm going to leave it for this example as viewed products. Then you also can select a time range in the last 7 days, 14 days, or 30 days. And then you also have a frequency of a shop or activity. So at least 1 to up to 15 times. So I'm just going to select once. So based on my current selection here, what I'm actually targeting is customers who have viewed products in the last 30 days at least once in the home and kitchen category for all the brands with a minimum product price of 2,000 Rand. So if you know you want to target customers, say for example, your product is a laptop or a laptop bag rather, and you're selling a whole range of laptop bags. You probably want to target customers who have shopped in the electronics department or the computer department. I'm just gonna, so if I select computers and tablets, and you can leave the brand empty, you can even leave the price empty as well. It will just give you all the price products. So if coming back to my example, if you're selling a range of laptop bags, you know that you want to target customers who've recently purchased a laptop or a laptop. So you want to actually target customers with a banner displaying your range of laptop bags. You want to target those customers who've just bought a laptop, for example. So, and then basically what you do is you'd say customers who have purchased in the last 30 days at least once products in this category. So now you know, okay, there's probably a chance that people who have purchased products in the computer and tablets category might want to buy a laptop bag. So you can become more personalized in that regard with your targeting of your campaign to a specific audience based on the activity on site. And there are multiple scenarios that we can run based on this type of targeting. But this just gives you a view of what is possible in terms of a user activity targeting and how you can use it to build more personalization in your campaigns. So I'm just going to select save. And then you can see these your audiences over here. If you see that a specific audience is not getting the reach that you'd like, or the performance isn't as great as you want it to be, you can just simply remove the audience and then say apply. Then we also have device targeting available on our search or all our sponsored display ad campaigns. And here you can basically target specific devices. So you can target only customers who are using the Takealot app, for example, or you can target customers who are using the web, which is your desktop device. So that would be the website as well as the mobile site. So if you know that your customers are only using the web, or your customers are predominantly using the app, you can also segment your customer targeting specifically to a specific platform. Generally, the targeting on leaving it on all devices is what most advertisers do, but this is a added functionality that we have created here, as there are some advertisers who make use of this functionality. You can see here that the product catalog targeting is not configured for the search banner because there's no category targeting available for search on sponsored display ads. So you can just leave this blank. And that's the targeting section. I'm then going to go to the next step, which is your ads. So what you'll see here is we have 3 ad types or ad formats that you can select. So the first is a single product ad, then you have a multi-product ad, and then you have a search banner ad. Now, the nice thing about your single product ad as well as your multi-product ad is that you don't require any artwork for this banner. It's a pre-template, or a template rather, where your products are basically placed into it, and it will display on site. So all you need to do is select products from your catalog and create the banner based off those products. So I'm just going to give you a quick example of how to create a single product ad and a multi-product ad, as well as a search banner ad. So with a single product ad, you need to just obviously name your ad, and here you can then add products. So you'd go to your catalog like you would do with your sponsored product ad campaigns. Um, 15 products for this single product ad. So for this purpose of this test, I'm just going to select 3. And you select, say, add. And what you can then do is, well, basically what the system does is that it will only display one ad, like you can see over here, one product rather. But the reason why we give you the opportunity to select up to 15 products is because if your product goes out of stock, then your ad will still keep running. It will just show the next product rather, that is in stock and available. The system will show the product that has the best quality score or performance in the banner first over all the other products that you've selected. So if you know you want to only show one product in the product banner, and you know that product is in stock, and it's a good performing product, then you can just select that product. You don't have to select up to 15 products. You can also do ad scheduling. So you can schedule when you'd like your ad to appear based on the days of the week, as well as the time of day. So it's, say, for example, you want your ad to only display on Sunday during the early morning, 7 to 8. Um, then your ad will only surface during this time. So you can schedule it to show for a specific day. If you don't select a time slot, you can, or you can actually select all of the time slots if you wanted to show the whole day. You just select all, and it'll give you the schedule here. And then you can also duplicate this and then say, okay, I only wanted to show during the weekdays. You can do that, and it will show Sunday and then obviously Monday to Friday. So this just gives you more control in terms of when you want your ad to surface. This is it's an optional feature, so you don't have to do it. If you just like your ad to show all the time, based on the budgets that you've set, then you can just leave that unselected. So you just select save, and then it will take you, and you'll see that your single product display ad has been created over here. And then it's going to take you through multi-strip. Multi-strip, here you can select up to 3 products. So a minimum of 3 products, but also up to 15 products. But you have to select 3 products. So I'm just going to say test 3. And just select 3 products. Say add products. And here, basically, all 3 products that you have selected will then show up in a banner on site. And this gives you the ability to showcase more products in a single ad rather than just a single product. If all your products are in stock and are the buy box winners, they will appear in this banner. If one of them drop off and are not the buy box winner, we'll just show the 2 products in the strip. And if there are 2 products that are either out of stock or not winning the buy box or not meeting the advertising rules, then we'll just show the multi-product strip will become a single product strip, only showing 1 product. But if all your products meet all the criteria, then we'll show all 3 products in the strip. You then just select save, and then you'll see your multi-product strip is approved. So you'll notice that the single product ad as well as the multi-product ad is automatically approved because it doesn't require any artwork. But if I go to the search banner and I select ad, just set my ad name, you now have to actually upload images from your, you can either upload it from your media library that's on the portal, or you can upload it from your local drive. So there are 3 image sizes that you need to upload. You have to upload all 3. The reason for that is we obviously are catering for different screen sizes. So for our desktop site, as well as our mobile apps, as well as tablets. So to ensure that your ad looks good on site and is not stretched and is legible, we have to upload three image sizes. So the small one here this is for Mobi. So like you can see here, there aren't any creatives that have been loaded into my media library. So I'll have to just upload it from the local drive. So if I just select an image from my local drive and I upload it, here you'll see the image now displays in the creative library, and I say choose, and then it populates over here. Obviously, this is just for test purposes, so obviously your banners would obviously need to relate to the products in your catalog. Then you'd go to the next size. So yeah, we have banners that have been loaded to the media library. So I'll just select one of them. And then the big sizes for your desktop or large screen devices. So I'll just select the banner here. What you'll notice is there are the creative guidelines that you can access over here. So in the top right-hand corner, it will bring up the creative guidelines window, and you can have a read through all the guidelines that we have. And then here you can actually download the actual PSD files, so the Photoshop files, which you can use to create your own banners, or get a designer to create the banners for you based off of the actual Photoshop files. So yeah, that's available for you in the portal. Once you've uploaded all three banners, you then select the products that you would like to be linked to the banner. So you can select up to 32 products for a search banner. So once a customer clicks on the banner, they will then be directed to a search listing page with all the products that you have selected. So in this case, I'm just going to select all these products and say add. Alternatively, what you can do is put in a destination URL. There is a restriction on this, so it has to be a Takealot URL, a Takealot site URL. So with the domain takealot.com. This is very useful for if you do have a brand store set up. You can take your brand store URL. So just copy it from the site and paste it in here. And basically, if you have a banner, you can the banner will appear on site, and if a customer clicks on the banner, it will take them to your brand store. So to get more visibility and awareness around your brand, you can use the search banner to drive more traffic to your brand store page. You have to either select a list of products or put in a destination URL, one or the other. You can't do both, and you have to at least select one. If you don't select products or destination URL, your banner will not serve because there's no products linked to your ad. So I'm just going to select save. And what you'll notice here is that it says the ad is under review. So what happens with a search banner or any banner ad is that it needs to go through our artwork review process. The turnaround time for this is normally 1 to 2 business days. So our internal team will then review your banner to make sure that it meets the guidelines that we have given you. So all that artwork guidelines. One of the most common things that we have picked up with marketplace campaigns or sellers that have run these campaigns before is specifically around the CTA button on your banner. Just making sure that you have a call to action button like shop now or buy now button on your banner, and that it is legible. But yeah, go through the guidelines in detail and just make sure that you are meeting those. If your banner meets the guidelines, it will be approved within one to 2 days, and your campaign will then become active. The I just want to okay, yeah, that's you can also view your ad over here and see if you want to see what products or the URL that was linked to it. You can go back to it by clicking on this view button over here. Once your campaign is active, you can also pause this ad and then create a new ad if you'd like to switch the products in the specific ad. Once an ad is created, you can't update the specific ad, like swap out the products in an ad. You'd have to pause the actual ad and then create a new ad in here, because the system is learning of the interaction of that specific ad and how you set it up. We can't update an ad or change it, because then it's going to obviously affect the learning of the algorithm for your specific ad. So either you pause it and create a new ad, or you just leave it as is. You don't have to create a whole new campaign. You just need to add a new ad in this block over here. So for the final step is your configuration step. And this is where you select the duration of your campaign. So the start date and the end date. So this campaign will run for 3 days. Remember, your minimum CPM is 100 Rand. I'm just going to say 100. And the minimum impressions should be 1,000. So like we said, your CPM is your cost per 1,000 impressions. So if you are wanting to show your ad for 1,000 impressions, your total budget for your campaign is going to be 100 Rand. If, for example, I make it 10,000, then my total budget is going to be 1,000. You can also say, for example, you can look at it from a point of view of I want to show X number of impressions, or I only have a budget of X. So, for example, if my budget for a campaign is, for example, 500 Rand, then the system will tell you, okay, at a CPM of 100 Rand, I can have 5,000 impressions. So these two sort of work interchangeably. You can either base your campaign on an impressions based and see what the total budget is, or you can look at it from a budget perspective and say, okay, I have 500 Rand, how much impressions it's going to give me, and the system will work that out for you. Then it's your daily budget. So how much do you want to spend on this campaign per day? There is a minimum put in place on this. So your daily budget has to be 2 times your CPM. So if your CPM is 200, your daily budget, if your CPM is 100, your daily budget needs to be at least 200. This is just because it is an impression-based system. So we want to ensure that your ad is at least surfacing for a decent amount of time on site, so customers have visibility or will be able to see it. Because if your daily budget is too low, your daily budget might run out within the early hours of the morning, and your campaign or your ad won't even surface into the day. So yeah, that's just the cap that there is on this one. And then finally, there is the choose your wallet option. So over the last, I think it was 2 weeks ago, we released the multi-wallet functionality. And as part of that functionality, you can now decide what wallet you want to use for a specific campaign. Because this is awareness, you only have the option of selecting the default wallet or the awareness ads wallet. Please note that with the multi-wallet functionality, all existing campaigns will be on the default wallet. So you need to ensure that there's always budget available in your default wallet if you have existing campaigns running and you want to keep those campaigns running. However, if you want to create a new campaign, you can then select a specific wallet for that campaign, but also make sure that there is wallet balance available in that specific wallet. If there's no wallet balance available, obviously the campaign isn't going to run. So yeah, that's the final step there. And then you'll submit for review because you have a search banner in that campaign. It will then go into review or under review. Once you get feedback on this, you'll see that there's a notification icon here. In this case, for example, the artwork was rejected for whatever reason, and then you can review it. It will then take you to this review screen. So in this example, this is just a homepage carousel that's been rejected. You'll notice there's now a comments pop-up over here. If you click on this, it will now take you to a comment section. So this is basically a chat with our campaign specialist team, and then they will give you a note like this. Please check the dimensions or what any of the features that are the components rather of your banner that are not meeting the guidelines. And then you can also respond to this in the chat to say, okay, we'll review with my team. Then obviously once you've reviewed it and get your artwork updated, you can then edit your campaign and then remove the banners that were incorrect and then re-upload them. And then they will go into the review process again. And like I said, it will take 1 to 2 business days for us to get back to you. If we do not get back to you within that time frame, please reach out to your account manager and we will obviously follow up with our team to get your campaigns reviewed as soon as possible. But generally, we do keep into that 1 to 2 business day SLA. So that's search campaigns. I see we are running out of time. We have about 10 minutes. So I'm going to take you through our PDP campaign or our product details campaign. So here we also have one inventory. The minimum CPM here is also 100 Rand. So you select it and then you go next. What you'll notice here is the targeting options are very similar to the search listing page. So we have the audience targeting, which I've taken you through. There's no keyword targeting applicable for your product details page because no one is searching to get to that page. You can still do device targeting, but the important thing here is that you need to select your product catalog targeting. And here, what this means is that you actually are telling the system that I want my ad to only appear on product pages in a specific category, for example, like the fashion category. So if I am advertising a slipper or a dress, and that's one of my products, and I want to have my ad showcased on all products that are in the fashion category, then obviously I want to target that specific category. you can go down 3 category levels. So category level 2 would be fashion men, for example, or fashion kids, or home and kitchen, homeware. And then, so obviously you're just getting more targeted as you go down the different category levels. And then category level 3 is the lowest level that we have. So you can go men clothing, men accessories, and or men footwear. So it just gives you even more granular level of targeting. So I'm just going to select men footwear, and then it will tell you that this filter has matched with 25,920 products. So potentially your ad will surface on 25,920 products on site. If you have no targeting selected, your ad will potentially show over 3 million products, which obviously you don't want that to be the case, because then your budget is just going to fly in a matter of minutes. And then also your ad is not relevant to specific customers. So someone who's looking at headphones, for example, and they're going to see a ad for a slipper or a shoe, it's the likelihood of them actually clicking on it is going to be very low, because they're not interested in it. So the product catalog targeting is very important when it comes to your product details banners. So ensure that you have this configured. Just going to select fashion for this. I'm just going to select save. So for your product details page ads, you have the single product option like we have on the search page, and then you have your PDP banner. So the single product ad configuration is exactly the same, but there is a difference with the PDP banner. You only have to upload one image size, which is your 300 by 250. Yeah, you don't have to, the image size will reflect on all device types. You can also choose then to either select a product type or a URL and do your ad targeting like you could do on the search page. So everything stays the same over here. Obviously, I have to select the inputs, and then your final step, is your config step, which is also exactly the same like we have on the search banner. So I'm not going to go through that now, because I see we are running a bit out of time. So yeah, that config step is exactly the same as what we have on our search page or our search banner. I just want to show you a few examples of what the actual banners look like. So this is the multi-strip banner. So if you search for T5 washing machine, you'll actually see on the top of search, it brings up 3 products in a templated view. If you click on one specific product, it's going to take you to that specific product. And you can, all 3 products are clickable. Then if I look at mosquito bite, you'll see it brings up a search listings banner. And you'll see the actual guidelines here, the shop now button, the branding quite clear on this one, and the messaging is quite clear. If you click on the banner, it will then take you to a search listings page with the products that are linked to that specific banner. So in this case, the advertiser selected these two products from their catalog to be linked to the banner. Like I said, you can also have a URL directed to your brand store, which is a great way to get your brand out there. I know, there was quite a lot in this webinar to go through. I hope you guys did ask a lot of questions in the questions tab. We will respond to all those questions after the webinar, since there isn't much time to do a Q&A, but we definitely recorded all your questions, and we'll definitely give you feedback to that. Mal, I'm just going to hand over to you now to end things off. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks very much, Ijaz. Yes, that was a lot of information. I responded to all of the questions that you have asked. If you'd like us to reach out to you, please, in the Q&A section, just add your seller IDs in there, and we'll have one of the account managers get back to you. Thank you all for going through this with us. This really is a great tool for awareness on your brands, to retarget those customers who've previously interacted with your ads, and just to get your brand out there. So we're going to end the webinar now, but please do respond with your seller IDs should you wish to have us reach out to you. Thanks very much. Bye.